Okay, I thought I'd pick up at number 32, which starts the multiple choice problems. So, the first one, number 32, says a coin tossed and a die with the numbers 1 through 6 is ruled. What is the probability of a heads and a tails? So it says and, so I know I'm going to multiply, and the probability of a heads is 1 over 2, and the probability of a 3 is a 1 over 6. So my answer should be 1/12. Two cards are selected from a deck of cards numbered 1 through 10. Once a card is selected, it is not replaced. Therefore, I know that my denominator is going to change. It's dependent. So what is the probability of two even numbers? So 1 through 10. So my first time, so my 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there are there's 10 cards, and there are 5 evens. The first time. For the second one, though, now there's only 4 evens left out of 9. So it becomes 20 over 90, which is 2 ninths. 34. Which of the following is not an example of independent events? Independent means one does not depend on the other. Okay? So, rolling a die does not depend on spinning a spinner. So that's not the answer. Tossing a coin 2 times. One does not depend on the other. Picking 2 cards from a deck with replacement, so that is independent. Selecting 2 marbles one at a time without replacement, that is dependent. A club has 25 members, 20 boys, 5 girls. 2 members are selected at random to serve as president and vice president. What is the probability that both will be girls? Well, I know they can't both be the same, like the same person can't be president and vice president. So 5 over 25 is the probability the first one will be a girl. And then 4 over 24 is the probability that the second one will be a girl. Oh. So, I have 1/5 times 1/6, which is 1/30. I simplified those 2 fractions, or you could just use your calculator and multiply. Number 36, 1 marble is randomly drawn and then replaced, so it's replaced so they're independent from a jar containing 2 white marbles and 1 black. A second marble is drawn. What is the probability of drawing a white and then a black? So the probability of the first one of drawing white is 2 out of 3. And then the probability, because we replaced it, of drawing a black marble the second time is 1 out of 3. So it's 2 ninths. Maria rolls pair dice. What is the probability that she obtains a sum that is either a multiple of 3, so if it's going to be a multiple of 3, it would be 3, 6, 9, or 12, or a multiple of 4, and those options are 4, 8, or 12. Okay, so it's an or situation. So if you look at it, I know I'm going to subtract however many times I can get the sum of 12. So I'm looking at my chart here, and I have to count the times that I get 3 when I add them together. So here I have a 3, and here I have a 3. Okay, and I think that might be it. That's 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I only have the probability of getting a 3 twice, and then the probability of getting 6 is this little diagonal here. Okay, and the probability of getting a 9 is this diagonal here, and a 12 is this diagonal here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 out of a possible 36 rolls, plus now I want my multiples of 4, so I have to see here, I have 1, 2, 3, that's 4, so 3 that are 4, and I'm looking for 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are 8, and then 1 that's 12, so I have 8, 9 over 36, and then the time that it's the same is when the sum is 12, so it's minus 1 over 12. So then it becomes 20 over 36, and that becomes 5 ninths. So your answer is A. Events A and B are independent. The probability, so that means that the probability of A and B is equal to the probability of A times the probability of B. So if the probability of not B is 2/3, that means the probability of B is 1/3. And so I have to multiply those together. 3/5 times 1/3 probability A times probability B is 3/15, and so that is 1/5. The answer is B there. One letter is selected at random from the first 10 letters of the alphabet. What is the probability that the letter is a vowel? So my choices are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and J. So one letter is randomly selected from the first 10 letters of the alphabet. What is the probability that the letter is a vowel given that it is in the word geometry? So I have 1, 2, 3 vowels in geometry. So, and then I have 1, 2, 3 vowels that are in, so 3 out of 10 is the probability that it's a vowel. And then given that it is in the word geometry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so then I take that. I'm going to have to think about this one. So let's leave this one for class. Number 40, 2 dice are thrown. Refer to the 2 die roll chart to the right to decide the probability of each event. So the first roll is a 1, given that the sum of the numbers shown is odd. So the first roll is 1, so that would be this one, and then given that it's odd. So I have first roll is 1, given that it's odd. So my first roll is 1 6 times, given that the sum of the numbers showing is odd. So then I have odd, and odd. So I think that would be 3 out of 6, so it'd be 1/2. Both die show the same number. So both die show the same number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times out of 36 options. So that would be 1 out of 6. Okay, 36 is my denominator because it's not a given situation or conditional. The sum is even, given that the first number is a 3. So I have to see, where's the first number 3? It's right here, this line right here. So there are 6. And sum is even, so I have an even here, even, so it would be 3 out of 6 again, so it's 1/2. And the sum of the numbers showing is 4 or 6. So I have to say, okay, the number is 4, the sum is 4, and that is this line right here. Okay, and so that's 3 out of 36, or the sum is 6, and that's this line right here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6, 36, and there's no intersection, so it'd be 8 out of 36, which is 2/9 again. Okay, so we will work on 39 at a later date in class. So let's move on to finish up the multiple choice, 41, 42, and 43. A bag containing 8 marbles, 12 blue marbles, and so I have 8, 12, and 17. If one marble is randomly selected from the bag, what is the probability that the marble is red or green? So I have 8 out of 37, because there's 37 total marbles, and it's an or situation, so I'm going to add it. This is red or green, 17 out of 37, so 25 out of 37, and there's no intersection, so that is my final answer, 25 out of 37. A circular spinner is divided into 5 equal parts. If the spinner is spun 3 times, what is the probability that an even number is spun all 3 times? So I have 3 times I'm doing it, so I have 3 events, and I'm going to multiply the probability of getting an even number the first time, so it is 2 and 4 are my options out of 5. Probability of getting an even number the second time, probability of even number the third time, so that's going to be 8 out of 125. If you cannot be on a soccer team and the football team at the same time, that is an example of a mutually or an independent event. Mutually exclusive or independent event. Or mutually exclusive, so we will choose that one. So I'm going to take another video in a second.